Hello guys and welcome to this video. In this video we're gonna be reviewing a match where I had a Sono support versus Xayah Karma. Xayah is a really hard matchup for Nilah. It's a huge counter and it's really annoying to play against her. At the same time, as you can see, our level 1 went horribly wrong. The Sono got caught and now the game became really difficult. So what is our goal right now? What do you do when your support gets poked down, and if you have a Sono support in general that doesn't offer you much pressure? At the same time, enemy has like a really strong matchup like Xayah Karma. Your first goal is to make sure not to touch the wave and don't get poked down more, because what's gonna happen if you're gonna get poked down, enemy jungler will come and dive you, and of course if enemy jungler dives you, you lose entire wave, and then he can dive again because the wave gonna be bouncing back to them, you can get ganked again, and it's gonna be a really bad time. So right now we literally just chill, collect the wave. We need to make sure to collect as many minions as possible without getting poked down too much, which is quite difficult to do. We do have some sustain from Sona's W, but yeah, it's still quite difficult. Takes duration how the level 1 went. Before we head into the video, this video is sponsored by me. You're tired of being stuck in the same rank, unable to climb the ladder? Well, fear not, I'm here to take your gameplay to the next level. But don't just take my word for it, check out the reviews and see it for yourself the incredible results my clients have achieved. Whether you're struggling with wave management, mechanics, decision making, mid to late game, or just want to take your gameplay to the next level, I'm here to help. With personalized gameplay analysis and strategies designed just for you, together we'll turn your weaknesses into strengths. What are you waiting for? Don't let another season pass by you. Invest in yourself and become the League of Legends player you always wanted to be. All you have to do is click the link in the description and choose a plan that works best for you. Alright, so right now this is a key moment. Why is this a key moment? Because we hit level 3 and we're still level 2. So right now, because we're level 3, I'm instantly stepping up and trying to look for a trade. At the same time, Karma is a little bit further away from the Xayah. I'm gonna be trying to run down the Xayah, but the biggest issue right now is the Sono is still far behind, so we're probably not gonna be able to look for an extended trade, and let's see what's gonna happen. I go in, I go for a trade, and then I get her ghost and I back out. I couldn't extend the trade because my Sono was not prepared for that. At the same time, she's not that strong in the lane, doesn't offer that much pressure. Another thing is our jungler is coming bot lane right now, so I wanted to make sure to set up a gank opportunity to get at least her ghost right. Right now I'm tanking the wave, and now here comes Viego. We're gonna flash W, the W lands. And we get the flash, but Listen is here as well, and Viego has to flash away. Of course, we kite back with our E, and this turned out to be really good for us. And all of this happened because we took a trade when we were level 3, and Karma was not positioning properly to punish me even harder. And because we took that trade, now Xayah doesn't have flash, now Xayah doesn't have ghost, and now we have full pressure. And of course, Viego and Listen is still bot side, so Viego can still look for ganks, pressure the lane. And yeah, the game became way easier just because of our great wave management and just because we had a plan. It's really important to make sure that you have a plan, and of course when enemies reset, your goal is to shove out the wave as soon as possible. If you miss some minions, it does not matter. Your goal is to just shove out the wave, make sure that the Karma can't tank the wave, it can't freeze it, but right now Karma is freezing it, so I'm going on Karma. Karma of course tanks the wave because this is Masters for an OP lobby, so the games are a little bit more difficult. So right now jungler is here, but I have to risk it for a biscuit. I have to make sure to push out the wave before I reset, because if I don't push the wave, it's gonna be really awkward. And of course Karma is hunting us down, like she's making sure that we can't reset. It's really annoying when that happens. So what do you need to do? You need to literally step up back all the way. It's better to just take the extra seconds walking back than getting cancelled and delaying your back timing. Of course, we get 2 log swords, refillable, and we go back to the lane. So right now the minion wave got delayed. Because the minion wave got delayed, of course the wave gonna be slow pushing to them, right? Because the wave got stalled. Because the wave got stalled, it's gonna be closer to our side, making the wave bounce back to them. So what do you do when the wave is bouncing? So it depends on the game state as well. For example, Viego right now is mid lane, right? Our jungler is pathing away to top lane, so we're gonna be weak sided. It's really important to track the enemy jungler to make sure that you know that you respect that your jungler is on opposite side, and to respect that the enemy jungler might be here, and don't go for a place even through that you win the 2v2. Don't go for that because you don't know if the jungler is here or not, right? But if you know that the jungler is top side and you win 2v2, go for it, right? There's nothing holding you back, and if you have good vision control and you know that you can go in as well, you can still abuse the situation. But if that's not the case, don't go for that and don't take the bad trade. Alright, so right now I decide to shove out the wave because we reset it, right? We can shove out the wave and we can go look for a deep vision. So option 1 would be to slow push, option 2 we shove and look for deep vision. So right now, because we have a lot of time, we're gonna be trying to find where the enemy jungler is. This ward that I placed right now is really important because it's gonna give our team so much information. It's gonna tell our team that there's literally no jungler bot side and the top side needs to be careful, right? At the same time, right now we're gonna be going for a play, right? So our Viego is bot side. Because our Viego is bot side, I want to shove out the wave and I want to go for a dragon, right? You always want to shove out the wave before rotating. It's really important to make sure that you fix the wave first and then look for rotation. Right now there's a skirmish going on. Ahri's being Ahri, like she's being really annoying, but she does not have mana. She has a lot of dashes through. I try to look for something, but it doesn't work out. I don't find an angle. I'm still sticking around to make sure to look for some advantage. And right now that advantage is the Xayah mispositioning. So we go on Xayah, we kill the Xayah. After we kill the Xayah, I'm trying to look for more. I'm trying to look for Lee Sin, but Lee Sin lands a real nice Q and I insta-die, which is completely fine. The game does not look that great. It's 1-6, but it's fine because we're still in a good position, thanks to Radiation, everything. We come back to the lane and right now the wave is pushing back to us. So whenever the wave is bouncing back to you, you need to make sure to freeze according to the zones. So right now the zone 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These zones indicate how many minions you need in every single zone. So of course right here we need 3 minions and this is the most ideal zone to freeze on. And what does that mean? That means that enemy has to have 9 and we have to have 6. I need to make sure that enemy always have 3 minion advantage. So right now we thin out the wave according to the zones and make sure that the wave is still bouncing back to us. Of course, Sona doesn't have that much pressure in lane. We do have sustain. So right now I know I'm about to hit level 6. So I instantly ping the support that I want to go in because it's really important to communicate with your support and let her know what is your goal. So right now, of course, our goal is to look for all in, but the enemy bot lane just disappeared. So because enemy bot lane disappeared, I'm not shoving the wave because of course I want to deny as many minions as possible. At the same time, we can't contest the dragon because our Viego is taking the grubs and trading the grubs for the dragon. Of course, right now the wave is in a really good spot for us. We need to make sure to hold this wave for as long as possible because of course, again, enemy jungler is bot side and our jungler just showed up top side because of course grubbies are announced globally. So our goal is to make sure that the wave stays here for as long as possible. Right now Viego is pinging bot lane. So what do? We try to look for all in, right? Viego goes in, Lee Sin is of course here. Lee Sin is always there to counter the Viego gangs, but this time we rotate first, we go for Xayah, Xayah presses R, we try to look for more. I flash in, she flashes as well. Flash for flash is always good in these matchups. And right now I dodge the Xayah Q, and because I dodge the Xayah Q, I live. Sadly, Viego does not live after killing the Karma, and the wave is not in the best spot, but we have to reset because it would be too risky to stay. We come back to the lane, and the lane is slow pushing. So because there's nothing to do on the map, our goal right now is to just literally slow push the waves, to stack as big wave as possible and to crash it in enemy turret, and then we can either look for deep vision, we can look for roam mid, we can look for a dragon play, we can look for a reset. We have so many options after we crash a big wave. But of course enemies are not allowing us to make a big wave because they know our goals and they're trying to thin out the wave as much as possible. But right now I decided, okay, because the wave did not stack up properly, I'm gonna crash the wave. I'm gonna clear the vision wards with a support in the lane, and then I'm gonna be looking for a rotation. But of course the wave is already gone and I couldn't make the rotation happen. We see the Lee Sin is top side, so right now we're sitting in this bush and trying to look for a play. We get a bit of healing from Zona, and right now I stepped up. This is really important. Make sure to replicate this in your laning phase as much as possible. So right now I literally stepped up and tanked the minion wave for a little bit. That's really important because that's gonna make the wave bounce back to us. And right now, just because I stepped up and tanked the wave a little bit, now we have 4 minions and all we have to do is just continue the freeze. Of course in the zone you need 4 minions, so the freeze is literally perfect, and because we know that the freeze is perfect, we're trying to crash the wave and look for a reset. Of course it's really hard for us to actually find something. I try to look for all in, but yeah, it's a really awkward position right now. And yeah, we're getting poked down a little bit and we crash a wave, and right now we continue to freeze the wave because Viego pinged that he's coming on his way. So whenever Viego is coming bot lane, you want to make sure to freeze the wave, so enemies have to choose. You always want to make sure that enemies are in the hardest position possible. So right now by freezing the wave here and Viego showing bot lane, literally enemies can't do anything to anything that's not risky, right? Because we do not have proper vision, and now we are overextended. Of course Xayah pressed R, she panicked R, she pressed the R behind, and because she pressed the R behind, there's no feathers, so I could look for all in. We trade ghosts. It's really important to trade summoner spells, especially against hard matchups like Xayah. Why is it important to trade the summoner spells? Because if you get her ghosts, it's always a win for you, right? Because it's a harder matchup for Nilah than for Xayah. So right now, of course, it's just gonna be last 18 with minions. We're gonna make sure that we look for a good reset timing. So a good reset timing would be 1.2k gold. So right now we saw Xayah reset, and because we saw the Xayah reset, of course she's resetting on a cannon wave, which is really good, right? The reset timings are good. I'm getting poked down quite a bit, but it should not matter. We have sustained for Sona, and then I crash the wave. I need to make sure that the wave crashes, but at the same time, here comes the enemy jungler, and right now it became really awkward. But our jungler is here as well, and he helps us crash the wave. So because he helped us crash the wave, of course I'm gonna be resetting and buy my collector. So right now there's a skirmish going on in the fight. Of course I want to join the skirmish because it's a 4v. Currently it's a 3v4, but our positional advantage is better, so I still want to look for this. Also enemies don't seem to be that eager to go for this dragon. This dragon seems quite risky for them. So of course we're gonna be taking advantage of that, waiting for a Sona to come, and we're gonna try to get the dragon. But right now we're in quite sticky situation where you have to 50-50 and we lose a 50-50, but maybe we can still find a fight because Ahri does not have R, and yeah, maybe we can still look for some kills, but nothing happens. Ahri just R's away and we lose a second dragon, which is quite unfortunate, but it's still fine. It doesn't put us in that bad position. And of course right now Viego is invading the Lee Sin, so we need to make sure to follow up the Lee Sin, and we need to make sure to follow up the Viego and make sure that we kill the Lee Sin. Of course after we kill the Lee Sin, we get full control in their jungle. We can deny their buffs, we can deny their camps. At the same time we can look for a dive bot lane, and bot laners know that, so right now we're not pushing out. So right now, because we want to look for a play bot, I'm gonna be shoving out a wave. This is really important. Don't freeze when your jungler wants to make a play bot, right? Make sure to follow your jungler. So right now I'm literally stepping up. We also have 6 grubbies, which is gonna help us quite a bit. And right now, even though the game looked really doomed, it was 6-1. Like literally the game state was really horrible early game, but now we're getting the first turret. We're literally snowballing the entire game. And of course the Son is in a little bit of trouble. I try to turn around, but it's kind of hard to find anything, and we sacrifice the Sona for a turret, which is completely fine because we got the first blood turret. And Viego is coming bot lane right now. Of course, because Viego is coming bot lane, what we can do is just literally chill, relax, Make sure that you capture the wave under the turret. Of course, Lee is here as well, and we can look for a play, but at the same time we're quite low HP. Here comes UrNilah TP, but enemy mid laner is TPing as well. I'm trying to do as much damage as possible, so maybe my team can look for a play. I'm still sticking around, maybe I can influence the fight. It's really important to try to influence the fight even when you're low HP. But here comes the Bomba, and now yeah, I need to run away because 1 hour and I'm dead, right? So because Bomba is here, we are just backing out and looking for a reset. Alright, we have gotten the bot turret, and that concludes the laning phase. So even though we had a Nilah matchup against a Xayah Karma matchup, which is a really difficult matchup, the Xayah counters us, we still managed to win the lane, and we still managed to survive and get the first turret and accelerate to the mid game. So that's about it for this video. Feel free to leave a comment below. How is your Xayah matchups? Do you struggle with Xayah? Do you love Sona support, or do you hate Sona support because she doesn't offer you as much in laning phase? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and have a nice rest of your day.